Hey girl, how's the heist going?
Ironheart, Episode 2 Recap. After laying the groundwork in Episode 1, Ironheart kicks into high gear with its second episode and things get weird, fast. Riri Williams is already juggling secret missions, a half-finished Ironheart suit, and suspicious new allies. But now, she's facing something far more personal, an AI that not only looks like her late best friend Natalie but remembers like her too. Episode 2, titled, Will the Real Natalie Please Stand Up?, digs into the strange emotional territory of memory, grief, and identity, while pushing the plot forward with a major heist, new character introductions, and an increasingly mysterious Parker Robbins. With a holographic ghost, a tech-hoarder ally, and the return of Riri's emotional baggage in AI form, this episode is the most morally complex chapter yet, and it sets the tone for a wild season ahead. Let's break down everything that happened in Ironheart Episode 2. Natalie returns sort of. The second episode of Ironheart dives straight into the emotional core introduced in the premiere, the uncanny resurrection of Riri's best friend, Natalie, through an AI. Riri, Dominique Thorne, wakes up to Natalie, voiced by Lyric Ross, still hanging around her apartment, except this AI isn't just a faceless assistant. It looks and acts like the real Natalie, complete with shared memories and familiar quirks. Riri is understandably shaken and disturbed. She tries to tether Natalie to her room to keep her from interacting with the outside world, especially her mom, Ronnie. But the episode is quick to establish that this isn't just a sentimental callback. It's a moral minefield. Riri and the AI fight about the use of Natalie's personality, and Riri is clearly unsettled by how closely Natalie mimics her lost friend. That uncanny valley between artificial intelligence and real humanity becomes the emotional backbone of the episode.
Interrupting that practice run by breaking the system in a way only this crew can fix.
Meeting Parker Robbins' crew. Riri's personal dilemma doesn't stop the action. She's quickly pulled back into the world of Parker Robbins, Anthony Ramos, and his ragtag crew, who are planning a sabotage mission against tech conglomerate TNNL. The crew includes the hacker slug, Shay Cooley, pyrotechnics expert clown, Sonia Dennis, muscle twins Roz and Jerry Blood, Shakira Barrera and Zoe Terrakes, and getaway driver John, Manny Montana. Their target, a TNNL prototype, which they plan to crash using a custom virus developed by Slug. But there's tension in the air. Stuart, another crew member from Episode 1, is nowhere to be found, and Riri's suit is still malfunctioning, which puts a lot more pressure on her to get the upgrade she needs before the mission kicks off. A new ally in Joe the tech-hoarder. To fix her armor, Riri goes on a side quest of sorts and meets a new character, Joe, Alden Ehrenreich, a socially awkward tech genius hoarding cutting-edge equipment in his suburban basement bunker. Riri strong-arms him into helping her by threatening to expose his stash. After a surprisingly heartfelt conversation and a sing-along to Alanis Morissette, Riri learns that Joe is not just some paranoid recluse. He's trying to feel closer to his deceased father and genuinely believes in the power of technology to improve lives. He hands over a rare power source that he considers too valuable to Tucha, move that solidifies their reluctant alliance. It's clear Joe might become a key figure in Riri's support network moving forward.
Miss Ronnie, I'm not a ghost. I'm just an AI coming from that.
Natalie AI gets curious and bolder. Back home, Natalie becomes more active and concerning. She starts scanning through Riri's old photos to refine her personality and looks. Ronnie, Riri's mom, catches a glimpse of her and is stunned at how much the AI looks like the real Natalie. The two have a quiet, emotional moment that hints at deeper grief and unresolved loss in the Williams household. At the same time, Natalie accidentally projects herself into the living room while Ronnie is painting, sparking suspicion. Ronnie quickly figures out that Riri must be the one behind the AI creation, even if the details remain unclear.
Don't have all day. I'm almost there.
Parker's running out of time.
The TNNL heist goes sideways. When the TNNL sabotage finally begins, things immediately go wrong. Riri sneaks into the facility with help from Clown, and Slug triggers the virus upload until Natalie suddenly appears on a nearby screen. The distraction causes Riri to drop the virus zip drive down a drain. With comms down and the mission in jeopardy, Natalie reboots and proposes a new strategy to hijack the system manually. Parker confronts TNNL executive Sheila Zarate and demands to be added to the company payroll as leverage in exchange for halting the digital chaos. She agrees, and the team succeeds, but just barely. As Riri exits the facility, she and a holographic Natalie celebrate, only to be interrupted by a security guard threatening to shoot her. Her helmet won't close. Natalie freezes in panic. In a sudden twist, a bullet ricochets off Riri's armor and hits the guard. Parker is revealed as the shooter who saved her. The whole situation leaves Riri rattled, especially because the AI glitched in a moment of life or death urgency. Doubts about Parker begin to grow. Back at their hideout, the crew celebrates the successful heist. Riri questions Clown about Parker's strange hood, which she claims was taken from a demon. She also notices something odd scales on Parker's back. Before she can investigate further, Parker makes a toast to their success. Riri returns home, and her AI tries to apologize for freezing up during the mission. Riri brings up something more troubling. Seems to have memories that only the real Natalie would know. She asks if the AI remembers dying. Natalie doesn't offer a clear answer, but expresses concern over Parker. She can't trace the energy behind his powers, which is deeply unusual. Riri agrees that they need to keep a closer eye on him. The past still haunts. Riri ends the night by heading to a loft show with Xavier, Matthew Elam, where they talk about Natalie and the power of memory. Xavier expresses his longing to talk to his sister, again tying his emotional experience with Riri's complex bond to the AI version of Natalie. Meanwhile, in the final scenes, we learn that Parker is battling something dark and potentially demonic. Voices emanate from his hood, and John sees that Parker's back is covered in scales and possibly infected. He warns Parker that he won't keep covering for him, but Parker dismisses the concern, saying it's just the price of power. Back home, Ronnie opens up to Riri and asks if she could make an AI copy of someone like her late husband, Gary. Riri can't promise that. She's not even sure what Natalie is anymore. Elsewhere, Joe throws away a cheesy, live, laugh, love sign and accidentally steps in dog poop again, then walks over to clip the neighbor's flowers in a petty act of rebellion. Final thoughts. Ironheart Episode 2 deepens the show's emotional arc while expanding the sci-fi intrigue. With the AI's evolving personality, Parker's dark secret, and Riri stuck between ethics and innovation, things are only getting more complicated from here.